So, E3. That was a thing. Hey everyone, what up? Matt Kaiser here, and oh boy, oh my god. E3, there's no way to put this ever so kindly, but E3 was a failure, a complete flop, like oh my god. There's no way I can defend this in any way possible. I mean, sure, there were some things I liked, but overall, the return of E3 after a hiatus of last year, man, that was such lackluster, especially with the tons of big names, except Sony, being there. But, and there's always a but, even when some things are complete shit, there were some things I actually liked in both the Summer Game Fest and E3. So, I thought, why not get some highlights? So, for Summer Game Fest, the highlight for me was obviously a brand new trailer for Tales of Arise, which showed us a new location, as well as the remaining two Pi members, Dolim and Kisara, aka Shield Mummy. And boy oh boy do they look fantastic, like oh my god, with Dolim sporting sort of these Egyptian prince vibes, and Kisara being a very hot and attractive female knight. Not only that, but we also have a glimpse of another new villain, who kinda reminds me of Sephiroth, and not gonna lie, I think his voice actor is the same as Alphen's. So that could be interesting if they're related in some way. But other than that, the trailer was awesome, and they said that there's going to be more news of it in a very special Tales of Arise stream, which as of this moment is going to happen, I think today. I'm not sure, like by the time of this video, it'll probably happen it will happen tonight, which I'm looking forward to. Especially when there was some new footage of other people who actually played a preview of Tales of Arise, just like with Sky Nexus. But anyway, that's Tales of Arise out of the way. Other things, Ubisoft, didn't really much care about it. Microsoft, Xbox, but the Bethesda thing, well, I did like two things. Alongside Hades being multi-platform, now available on consoles like Xbox, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series. So now Hades is officially multi-platform, and the Yakuza series getting to Game Pass, like the final, the latest installment of Yakuza Like a Dragon, is now on Game Pass. So that means from all the way from Yakuza 0 to Yakuza Like a Dragon, the mainline entries are officially on Game Pass, which is awesome. But aside from that, the two highlights one was Forza Horizon 5, which really took me by surprise because normally with the cycles of Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon, whenever we get a year of Forza Motorsport, another year we get Forza Horizon. It happened ever since Forza Horizon began, like I think around, what was it, 2012 I think it was, and then we got a new Forza Motorsport, and then another Horizon another year. But I'm surprised, but then again, Playground Games is different compared to I think Turn 10, so yeah, they will obviously have different teams. But other than that, it looked fantastic. It's set in Mexico, and it's coming on the Xbox One, Series and PC on November 6th, and yep, looking forward to that. The other one was Halo Infinite, of course, which being Microsoft's big IP. We got a new update of the multiplayer and campaign trailer, and man, the visuals are such a glow up from last year. Like oh my god, like the delay for Halo Infinite was so much worth it, because obviously it now looks fantastic. Like the multiplayer looks so much fun, especially with the original Spartan armors from like the Bungie games being in new graphics, and honestly it just looks so much fun. And the campaign is showing a little bit more promise, especially when there's a new AI who resembles Cortana and has the same actress Cortana, but is different from her, I think. I don't know, I just hope the story is good. please Joe Staten and whoever's working on this game make the campaign and multiplayer good at the same time. And also it's free to play for the multiplayer, which is fantastic on launch, like fantastic. What else? That's Microsoft, really good. Square Enix, oh boy. If you guys know, Square Enix's one was a disaster all around. Now, there were some things I liked. Life is Strange, True Colors, showing more gameplay, and a sneak peek of the remastered versions of 1 and Before the Storm, which sure may not be too necessary, but I'm glad it's there regardless. So yeah, looking forward to that. But also, there was some things regarding Final Fantasy VI, so and it's gonna be like a remastered version of like all the pixels. So if you weren't a fan of the 3D remakes of 4 and 5, actually of like 3 and 4, or you did not like the new versions of 5 and 6, like those ugly hand-drawn ones, then fear not, Square Enix are doing remastered pixels and glorious pixels. Now we did see a look of them, and to be honest, I'll admit the SNES versions of all of them /GBA are superior, but the newer ones look fine for what they are. I mean, they're a step up from the hand-drawn ones, that's for sure. But however, there are two catches with it. One, all of them are going to be sold individually, and knowing Square Enix, when they sell their older games, prices might not be reasonable. And the other thing is that it's coming on PC via Steam and mobile. There's no word of it coming to PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo Switch. So for those Final Fantasy fans who like to play all those games, all those new updated versions of those classic games on your consoles, I'm sorry to say that I don't think that's happening right now. Man. And of course there was also the brand new FF Souls game that got rumored and by this dude called Navtra, and funny enough it did show, and it's made by Team Ninja, who was responsible for Neo 01 and 2, as well as the City NT, which was trash, so garbage. And well, many really didn't like the way it looked. Like honestly, when it comes to visuals, the game just looked like something out of an early PS3/late PS2 game. Like honestly, the graphics and presentation just looked bad, as well as the character designs. Like honestly, now I haven't played that much Final Fantasy, but I know that some of the main characters would have like iconic designs, like something that you can be, look amazing and recognize so immediately, even if you haven't played their games that much. However, that cannot be said the same for this one, as they honestly look just so bad. I mean, the main character, Jack, just looks like Luxord and cool, and that Ash dude just looks like Prompto with pink hair, and I really have nothing to say about Jed. But that's not the worst thing about it. The worst thing is the dialogue, which I'm pretty sure all the memes have shown that Jack really wants to kill Chaos. And oh my god, the fact that they had to repeat Chaos so many times is just... Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. But the gameplay did show promise, and Garland from Final Fantasy 1 is there, so that's pretty neat. Of course it's coming to next year on pretty much everything except the Switch, so it's coming on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC in 2022, and they did release a demo for PS5 players. However, when the time it did come, it was corrupted, so no one could play it. 2 eventually got patched 2 eventually got a patch, and that demo was an alpha beta test, so players can give their feedback for Team Ninja to improve on it. So it's similar to like what Nier was in a sense. So yeah, that was Square Enix, completely wasteful. Capcom, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Bamco, they just focused on one game called House of Ashes. Didn't really care about that. So there was only one hope for E3 to be somewhat saved, or at least end out with a bang of sorts, and that was Nintendo's Direct. And I have to say, they did succeed. At first I was a bit cautious since some of the games that were in other showcases were repeated, just only announced for Switch. But other than that, it was a very solid Direct. I really liked it, and they showed some games I'm interested to. 2 of them, in fact. I could also talk about a new fighter for Smash, but lots of people would have already made videos of it, as well as Breath of the Wild 2. Yes, there's a new update on Breath of the Wild 2. But I'm just going to focus on what I really looked forward to. Number 1 was Shin Megami Tensei 5. Now that game alone was worth. Now obviously it got leaked a few weeks back before Nintendo's E3, revealing the release date. So yep, it did actually come with a release date, and also showed new gameplay with a new trailer, and oh my god, it looks fantastic. Like, to be honest, I never played an SMT game, even though SMT 3 HD Nocturne Remaster exists, despite being an underwhelming remaster. But I say SMTV looks fantastic, especially with using Unreal Engine 4, which, of course, when you're using Unreal Engine 4 for JRPGs, you know the presentation is going to be top notch, majority of the time. And yeah, it just looked fantastic, and it's coming around November 12. But of course, the main highlight that really got me excited was the fact Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Now, just like with SMT 5, it also got leaked with screenshots and actually showed me some promise. After the unnecessary disappointment that is Banana Blitz HD Remaster, like seriously, I don't know why Sega would actually remaster one of their bad games to new platforms. Monkey Ball series turned 20, and they showed us what is a remastered collection of original Super Monkey Ball 1, Super Monkey Ball 2, and Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, my childhood, with new graphics that are similar to the art style of Banana Blitz, but I don't really mind that, to be honest. But yeah, seeing my childhood remastered is just so beautiful and really got me excited, like oh my god. And also it's coming on October the 5th, and it's coming on everything: PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Switch, and PC via Steam. That's right, Steam, not Epic Game Store, just like a certain other remaster of a Sega company, a Sega IP is doing. I'm looking at you, Sonic Colors Ultimate. But yes, they also showed some other things like a new costume, like a classic costume, like what the PS2, GameCube, Xbox original graphics. That's a customizable skin if you purchase with a digital deluxe, and the fact that jumping, which killed Banana Blitz, is turned off by default. But yeah, that's SGF and E3 overall. For the most part, it was really wasteful. Like oh my god. Despite some things I am looking forward to, they really could have done a lot better, to be honest. But I guess that's because of the pandemic, though to be fair, we waited a year of it, and we did have some mediocre stuff from SGF from last year, so hopefully that's improved for this year. But anyway guys, that's my pick. Those are my highlights for SGF and E3 this year. So what were your highlights? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching, so punch that like button, drop down comment and click that subscribe button if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and Kaiser out.